You check your phone before you've even opened your eyes. A notification, a red dot, a number you didn't ask for. Your heart rate changes before you've read a single word. That's not weakness. That's not addiction in the way you think of it. That's a 300,000-year-old alarm system, firing exactly the way it was built to fire. You weren't built for Tuesday mornings and group chats. You were built for something far older, far simpler, far more dangerous. Picture an early human standing at the edge of a clearing, tall grass ahead. Something rustles. He doesn't know what made the sound. A bird, the wind, or a lion. He has about 2 seconds to decide. If he assumes it's the wind and he's wrong, he's dead. If he assumes it's a lion and he's wrong, he's just a little embarrassed. He flinched at nothing. So which mistake does evolution favor? Not the accurate one, the safe one. This is the core idea behind what psychologists now call negativity bias, a concept formerly studied by researchers Roy Baumeister, Ellen Bratzlavsky, Katrin Finkenauer, and Kathleen Vohs in a paper with a title that says it all: Bad is stronger than good. Across dozens of domains, from relationships to memory to feedback, their research found something strikingly consistent. Negative events, negative emotions, and negative information affect you more strongly than positive ones of equal size. A single insult outweighs 10 compliments. A single mistake erases a week of good work in your own mind. One bad review haunts you longer than 50 good ones. You've felt this. You know this is true. But did you ever ask why? The answer isn't in your personality. It isn't in your insecurity. It's in your ancestry. For nearly the entire span of human existence, the cost of missing a threat was catastrophic, and the cost of overreacting to a false alarm was almost nothing. A human who underreacted to danger didn't get a second chance to learn from the mistake. A human who overreacted just felt silly for a moment and moved on. Over hundreds of thousands of years, that asymmetry didn't just shape behavior, it shaped biology. Deep inside your skull sits a small, almond-shaped cluster of neurons called the amygdala. Neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux spent decades studying this structure, and his research helped reveal something remarkable. The amygdala can trigger a fear response before the conscious thinking part of your brain even finishes processing what you're looking at. There's a famous shorthand for this in psychology. The brain has a low road and a high road. The high road runs through your cortex, the part of you that reasons, weighs evidence, considers context. The low road skips all of that. It runs straight from your eyes to your amygdala, and it can fire in a fraction of a second. Speed over accuracy. Survival over certainty. Consider what night actually meant before artificial light existed. For the vast majority of human history, darkness wasn't a backdrop. It was the most dangerous part of every single day. Anthropologists studying contemporary hunter-gatherer societies, including extensive fieldwork among groups like the Hadza of Tanzania, have observed something that early humans almost certainly relied on for hundreds of thousands of years. Someone was always awake. Sleep wasn't a private, solitary act behind a locked door. It happened in groups, around fire, with at least one set of eyes and ears scanning the dark while everyone else rested. The fire wasn't just for warmth. It was a wall against the unknown, a small circle of visibility in a world that otherwise belonged to whatever was hunting after dark. This is why so many people still feel a flicker of unease falling asleep in total silence, in total darkness, completely alone. It's why a strange noise in an empty house at 2 a.m. can override every ounce of logic you have. Your conscious mind knows the doors are locked. Some older, deeper part of you was never designed for this kind of solitude in the dark, and it has no intention of standing down just because you asked it to. That same instinct, built around the fire, watching the tree line, is still running. It just doesn't have a tree line to watch anymore, so it watches your phone instead. That system kept your ancestors alive in the grass, in the dark, on the savannah. So why does it still feel like it's running the show now, when there's no lion anywhere near you? Because your nervous system didn't get the memo that the world changed. Walk into your own life for a moment. A text message left on read for 6 hours. A boss who says, "We need to talk," with no further explanation. A friend who hasn't responded to your message since yesterday. None of these things are lions. Not one of them can physically hurt you, but your body doesn't know the difference. Your heart rate climbs, your stomach tightens, your mind starts running worst-case scenarios on a loop you didn't choose to start. This is the ancient alarm,